Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to talk about Zoe Laverne again, unfortunately, because things just keep... I thought they had unraveled, but they just keep unraveling. So we're gonna have to discuss that fun topic again. Before we do that though, I did want to thank today's sponsor, which is Shudder. AMC Network's Shudder is a premium streaming video service super serving fans of all degrees with the best selection of horror and thrillers. The cool thing about Shudder is that there's a community filled with reviews and even member-only perks such as exclusive releases and VIP movie screenings. You can stream great thrillers, horror, and suspense for $5.99 a month or $56.99 a year, and on all of your favorite devices such as Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Xbox One, iOS, and Android. Shudder has a unique, human-curated collection of exclusive and original films and series. To try Shudder for free for 30 days, go to shudder.com and use promo code ReadyToGlare. One specific movie I recommend is titled Super Dark Times. Obviously, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but basically a very gruesome accident occurs and then the characters' lives are changed forever. Many of the people, along with myself, who have watched this movie really liked the way it's filmed and the way it's edited because it seems raw as opposed to just a movie. It feels like a real experience, which is something I really enjoyed, so I highly suggest that one. Thank you again to Shudder for sponsoring this video, and remember to try Shudder for free for 30 days. Go to shudder.com and use promo code ReadyToGlare. Okay, so I thought we had heard pretty much the end of this whole Zoe Laverne thing, because if you don't know, I'll link my prior videos down below, but Zoe Laverne is a 19-year-old influencer, TikToker I guess is enough, and she has almost 20 million people following her on that app. She recently got into the hot water because she was quote-unquote dating a 13-year-old. She's 19. I think all of us here can see the moral and also legal problem, because obviously a 13 and 19-year-old should not be dating, even though the right terminology should really be grooming, because a 13-year-old can't consent to that. And realistically, if you think back, if you're older than 19 or 19, if you think back to the time that you were 13, your mindset, your worldview, your opinions, if you think about how you were then compared to how you are now if you're 19 or older, it's very concerning. Frankly, to me, I'm 27 now. Just thinking about 20-year-old me, I'm like, I barely recognize myself. And that would have at least been legal, a 28-year-old and a 27-year-old. But again, there's a difference when it's at such an early stage in puberty, in adolescence, where you're still figuring a lot of basic things out about yourself, as opposed to 19 when you might already be in university, if that's what you choose to do. There is a clip going around of Zoe Laverne saying that she might be pregnant. I'll put it in here. It has copyrighted music under it, so if it's muted, I'll put a link down below. Basically, in that clip, she says, I might be pregnant right now, so I'm not trying to fight or argue. And it was during one of her live streams, so I'm assuming people were still, critiquing her for her alleged relationship with the young boy. But then on her Instagram story, she posted saying, I didn't think I was going to have to address this, but no, I'm not for sure pregnant yet. I'm having a lot of symptoms though. I'm waiting to see if I miss my period. I'll keep everyone updated. To me, it's kind of funny because it's like a 19-year-old who was just in a scandal for grooming a 13-year-old being pregnant, and you didn't think you were going to have to address you saying you might be pregnant. The ramifications of her being pregnant potentially from this kid that she alleges she only ever kissed and nothing else happened would first of all ruin her entire narrative that they were, it goes from her saying that they were just friends to that she got feelings to they just kissed. So there's a web of things that she said characterizing their relationship. However, she insists that kissing was as far as it went. That being said, if she happens to be pregnant by this 13-year-old, then everything she said is going to be questioned, because clearly she'd have lied, because as far as we know, they only kissed, which is already difficult to believe for me personally, mainly because she's older, so I'm just assuming she'd expect the relationship to evolve further, as opposed to like a 13-year-old just kissing would be, I mean, when I was 13, I'd kissed no one, but even at 16, the prospect of it going further was not something I was particularly interested in, but that's just my experience. But I'm just saying, I don't believe the fact that they just kissed, especially considering that there are allegations that they would have like overnight hangouts, sleepovers, whatever you want to call them. So the fact that she didn't think she had to address it is kind of funny to me in like a horrible way, because it's like, you've been amid scandals because of a relationship, and now you potentially being pregnant, you think that's not something people are going to be like alarmed about. So with some tests, you can check for pregnancy before a missed period, especially if you're someone who has irregular periods. So like your period could be at any given point, really, like myself. You can take tests like I think 5 to 6 days prior to when your period should arrive, and that can give you an accurate result. But you can also go to a doctor's office and get, you know, a more official form of it, rather than like buying 10 tests to make sure you're not getting a false A or B. But the thing is, I also don't understand why she felt the need to say that. And I do think that she thrives on publicity, but not only just publicity, negative publicity. But it's just funny to me that she would put that out there when she hasn't missed a period, when she's having symptoms, which, by the way, a lot of the symptoms, if you look them up, can be symptoms of anything. Like nausea can be a symptom of anything. Having tenderness in your breasts can be a symptom of actually getting your period. You know, like there are a lot of things that can be symptoms of pregnancy that actually do not indicate pregnancy, and her putting that out there, as much as it might get her publicity, which I understand I'm buying into, is also like, the question you're putting in everyone's mind is, did you essentially rape a child and result pregnant from that child? Like, that's what everyone's thinking. They're not thinking, oh, she's pregnant from someone else. The first question I think most people are thinking is, oh my God, is Connor the father? Aside from that, though, the interesting thing is that if you go on her TikTok, basically, as far as it is publicly documented, she is now with someone new. Some conspirators think that it's because Connor allegedly has a girlfriend. I haven't looked into that. I don't feel comfortable looking if a 13-year-old has a girlfriend. Like, live your life, dude. Not my business. She is now being seen with another guy. They've only been public as far as I've seen. I think the beginning of December it was. Quite a few of her TikToks show that he has given her a promise ring. I'll put the TikToks here.
I heard we are showing off our promise rings. So here's mine. Wow, so pretty. He really does love my annoying ass.
Music is copyrighted, so I have to remove it. This person is named Dawson. I couldn't find which Dawson he was because so many of the TikTokers look the same, and there were a bunch of Dawson TikTokers, so I don't know which of the Dawsons he is. But looking in the comments, there was kind of like a 50-50 split of people being critical, being like, oh, you're only like dating this person because Connor's now dating someone. And then there were people also who were mad because apparently he's a Trump supporter, which I cannot confirm because, again, everyone on TikTok looks the same to me and I couldn't tell which Dawson he was. So there was a split of that critical side of like Connor plus the political, and then there was a split of like, oh my God, I'm so happy for you, blah, blah, blah. That being said, if it had just been as simple as she's now dating someone of age, I would be like, thank God, good, great, we have no more grooming or predatory shit going on. But the pregnancy thing makes everything more complicated because obviously it's possible that he's the father, but again, the question is still there, and it's like nobody really should be questioning, oh, is the father like this new boyfriend who's of age or a literal 13-year-old? So you guys can let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to my patrons as always, and I'll catch you guys next time.